In this video, we're going to work through a small project that will give you practice of all the skills you have learned so far in the previous lessons. Let's go ahead and open the file called Mini Project Bonus Calculator. In this exercise, we have to calculate the bonus amount that each employee is eligible for. We have the data for employee name, department, hire date, revenue achieved, revenue target, and their base salary. The bonus rules are as follows. For an employee to be eligible for bonus, they should have spent at least 6 months as at the end of the year. The performance percentage is calculated as revenue achieved divided by revenue target. The bonus percentage depends upon the performance percentage, and the bonus slabs are on the lookup table sheet. So if an employee has a performance between 0% to 90%, they get 0 bonus. If their performance is between 90 to 100%, they get 5% bonus. If the performance is between 100 to 111, it's 10%, and above 111% performance, the bonus eligibility is 15%. The bonus amount is calculated as the base salary multiplied by the bonus percentage, which we would have gotten from the lookup tables. And we also have a bonus cap, which is currently on the settings sheet in cell B4. Currently, it is set to 20,000, which means that no employee should get a bonus of more than 20,000. So let's start working through this problem. The first step is to calculate each employee's tenure, since that's the first eligibility criteria. We already have the hire date for each employee, and the year-end date is stored on the settings sheet. By taking the difference between these two dates, we can calculate the tenure in terms of number of days. So I'm going to take the year-end date and then subtract from it the hire date. So this employee's tenure is 333 days. Now we need the tenure in terms of number of months. So I'm going to keep it simple and just divide it by 30. I know it's not a perfect conversion, but for this exercise, an approximate value should work fine as well. As you can see, the formula is currently pointing to a cell on another sheet, that is the settings sheet, which makes it harder to read. To fix this, I'll go to the settings tab, and I'm going to assign a name to both the cells. So for the year-end date, I'm going to assign the name of year-end. And later on, we'll be using this cell as well. So I'm going to assign a name right from now and call it bonus cap. Let's go back to the bonus calculation. And instead of referring to settings B2, now I can refer to year-end. Next, I can drag the formula all the way down. Now, using the tenure information, we can find out whether each employee is eligible for bonus or not. And to do that, I can use the if statement. In the logical test, I'm going to evaluate whether the tenure in months is greater than or equal to 6. And if that is true, I want to return yes. Otherwise, I want to return no. Next, we need to calculate the performance percentage of each employee, which is quite simple. We just need to divide the actual revenue achieved with the revenue target. Based on the performance percentage, which we have just calculated, we can determine the bonus rate each employee is eligible for. The slabs are on the lookup table sheet, which we just saw. And we can use the XLOOKUP function to pick the correct slab for each employee. So let's go ahead and type in XLOOKUP. The bonus percentage depends upon the performance percentage. So for the lookup value, I will give reference to the performance percentage. For the lookup array, we can provide reference to the first column on this table. And for the return array, we'll provide reference to the column containing the bonus percentages. For this argument, we can leave it blank. And for the match mode, I'm going to go with exact match or next smaller item. Now let's close the formula and drag it down. Before dragging it down, I'm going to freeze the cells so they don't move along as we drag the formula down. Now let's calculate the bonus amount. For all employees who have completed at least 6 months of tenure, The bonus will be their base salary multiplied by the bonus percentage, which we have calculated in column J. We can set up this condition using an if statement. So let's write an if. For the logical test, we're going to check whether the eligibility is equal to yes. And if that's true, we want to return bonus percentage multiplied by base salary. Otherwise, we want the formula to return 0. Lastly, we need to apply the bonus cap, which means that no employee should receive more than 20,000. For this, we can use the min function. And inside the min function, we're going to provide the calculated bonus and the bonus cap. The function will return the lower of two values. So as you can see, here in this case, the employee was supposed to earn 22,500, but the bonus has been capped at a maximum of 20,000. Now let's navigate to the next sheet. Here, we need to find summaries by department of total revenue achieved, total revenue target, and the bonus amount. We can do that using the SUMIF function. For the sum range, I'm going to provide the revenue achieved column. For criteria range, we will select the department column. And for the criteria, we can provide reference to cell A2, which has the department name. I will freeze the columns, but keep the rows unfrozen so the formula can move around. Let's go ahead and do the same for total revenue target. I'm going to copy the entire formula, paste it over here. And also I'm going to just paste it in column D as well. The formula in column C is right now referring to revenue achieved column. We want to refer to column E, which is the revenue target. So I would change it to column E. And for the third column, we want the sum range of the formula to refer to column L. So here I'm going to replace column D with column L. That brings us to the end of this module. In this module, you'll learn the core Excel functions that will be helpful for any analyst. We covered arithmetic, logical, lookup, array functions, pretty much everything. We then tied it all together in a mini project and applied these skills to a practical scenario. If you're comfortable with everything we've covered so far, you now have a solid foundation to move on to more advanced analysis tools. In the next module, we'll step up and work with Excel's data tools like data validation, conditional formatting, and pivot tables. And this will help you to structure and analyze financial data more effectively.